Kurde, ale tu pogrom jest. Matko. Patrz na ochronę. No widzę, że tak jakby leżą, śpią. No cóż. Nie, nie mam bal. Patrzcie tu. To jest ta walka z tą, z Signorą. To jazda. Let's go. Nadzieję, że mi nie przyjdzie jedzenie, jak walczę z Baal. Chyba, że mogę zrobić. A nie, nie mogę zrobić. Teraz się wściekła, no.
The way people charge in here as they please. So uncivilized. If I didn't know this was Tenshukaku, I might have mistaken it for some kind of street market. Have you learned your lesson now?
Oh no! What has she done to Kujo-Sara?
Nie, Sara.
The right to punish Inazumans for their crimes is mine alone. Not yours, Signora.
Then I apologize, Almighty Shogun. I know, you can't get me out of your mind. But you really don't need to call my name all the time. Don't go thinking I'm surprised to see you here. I'm well aware that you hate me, with the way you follow me around like a dark shadow. Ah, so you came to expose my crimes in front of the Shogun?
Nie, raczej wątpię, że umarła.
I'm just a smidgen
Oddychała
iron
jeszcze.
diplomat. I'm afraid I have no idea what you're talking about.
She doesn't take us seriously at all!
Stop talking about people and things that I care nothing about. They were nobodies to begin with, and their names will be forgotten. But now, at least, they get to be building blocks in the grand revolution to realize eternity. Is that not the greatest honor they could hope for? In their tiny little lives?
No wiesz, Daro, w końcu to Signora, nie?
Almighty Shogun, do correct me if I'm wrong. That's ancient history. You certainly love to hold a grudge. The Tsaritsa's dream is the noblest and purest thing in all the world. These other mundane details you insist on mentioning, they're just necessary sacrifice. You? For what it's worth, I've grown tired of seeing you around as well. But I didn't have you down as someone quite so fool. Before you go saying something you can't take back, remember that you're Inazuma's most wanted. Charging into Tenshukaku uninvited and lecturing me in front of the Shogun wasn't the brightest move. I'm not sure you realize quite how much distance there is between us, both in status and in...
I challenge you.
Moja postać przemówiła, to się robi poważne.
To a duel before the throne.
Proceed.
My, you're full of surprises
To
today.
gada.
So you've learned to make the law of the land work for you. I'll admit that I never
Dobra,
expect
przestań
you
gadać,
are
bijemy się.
aware.
Traveler?
Then I will deign to share this last dance with you. A lesson on harbinger power and elegance? As you wish.
Skipuję. Bo już to widzieliśmy, nie? Bo, no, źle zrobiłam.
Into the wind.
No to jak ja mam ją bić, jak ona ma takie. Czy ona ma barierę? Jak mam jej zbić tą barierę? Że coś, ale ja nie oglądałam lików. Padło najgorsze RNG, tak. Pamiętaj, jak grzejnik został. No pamiętam, spokojnie. Łuk? Nie mam łuku. Po co mam łuk? Nie wiem. A, ona dostaje damage. A, dobra, myślałam, że ona nie dostaje damage'a. Ważne.
Into the frozen void.
Matko, spadła temperatura.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
You've got some nerve laying your hands on me. Harbinger
Oh,
power
matko.
has become burdensome. I will manifest my destiny anew. Await my emergence and tremble, traveler.
Fajna muza jest.
Reason to be afraid. Crush.
O! Co to? Jakiś ptaszek lata. Co za ptaszki? Zbieramy. Mogę je zbierać, nie? One mi nic nie robią. Hej. Tu chyba ja cię nie słyszę.
Order guide you.
The Tsaritsa's benevolence has no place for transgress. The pale flame smolders. Get out of here!
Szkot przyszedł. Tak. Forma numer 2. Ćma, a zarąbista jest ta druga forma. Zarąbiście. Michojo, robisz to dobrze, tyle ci powiem.
To
ona bicza ma? O ty spejczach na mnie. Co za babura. Teraz w drugą stronę. Teraz będzie parzyć. Ej, to wstęp do Sumeru. Musicie zobaczyć, jak będzie wyglądał pasek w Sumeru. Kappa.
Clouds high, the birds call.
Immolation, a cherished agony.
Oż ty.
Feel it.
Gdzieś poszła. Halo. Cześć. Nie, no zarąbista jest.
Eye for an eye. Crush. Good grief.
The wind knows me.
No, muzyka też super.
Into the wind. I will have order.
No, w Natlanie tak będzie. Albo w no, w Natlanie albo w Sumeru w sumie. Chociaż no, w Natlanie prędzej, no. Ale zobaczymy, bo w Sumeru też mogą zrobić pustynne. Nie wiem.
More speed.
Kurde, belek. Co jest grane?
Stabilize.
Wróćcie do swojej formy.
Embrace your searing reckoning. Who dares call me a witch? Not even ashes will remain.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
Embrace your searing reckoning.
Beg for mercy.
No, baburo, chodź
What
tu.
of a fight?
Vengeance will be mine.
Vengeance will be mine. To za Ventiego. Się wpasowała.
The wind knows me.
Już.
So strong, but how?
No, jestem mocniejsza niż jak żeśmy się spotkali po raz pierwszy. To mi odbierz, jak będzie dzwonił. Aluminum Dual Blade. Co
I am a
jest?
Snezhnayan diplomat. You know what happens if you lay a finger on me. I swear, if you strike me, I will make sure. The Fatui will make sure that your precious Inazuma. Stop! I order you! And you! Filthy rats! All of you!
You are the enemy of eternity. But as the victor, I acknowledge your honor. Therefore, I shall
Ona
allow
się
you to
zabiła
retention
Signorę?
back alive.
Ksluker zdał na piwek ZTU2 i o jednego raca ma muskę w okolicy mniej.
O,
Raiden Shogun isn't gonna let us off just like that, right?
zdarzyło.
Oh, the air feels suffocating. It must be the Raiden Shogun's almightiness.
Signorą is slain.
One strike from the Shogun and now Signora's gone. She got what she deserved, but Paimon still can't help but feel upset. Why are they doing it? Why are the Harbingers collecting all the no-seeds?
Wiecie, moja
Traveler,
Moja teoria na temat Signory właśnie legła w gruzach.
chin up. Let's get out of this place. Paimon feels unsettled. Also, when the Shogun executed Signorą with the Muso no Hitotachi, it was unbelievably powerful.
No, że Signora to była ukryta caryca,
It's impossible to defend against.
która przewodziła
Got
Harbingersom.
no hope whatsoever of defeating her in combat.
Matko.
So, to recap, Yae Miko wants us to go back inside the plane of Euthymia by the statue of the omnipresent god. Oh, but we'll be like lambs to the slaughter, won't we? Oh, maybe we could put this plan on hold for a while? There's the sound of electro zapping in the
No,
air.
tego się nie spodziewałam, totalnie.
Traveler, are you okay? You're so silent. Sounds like there's a lot of
Tak,
noise
Fejton,
coming
caryca,
from
nie?
outside
Tylko ja myślałam, że
the
caryca
broken out or something?
mogła, wiecie, tak by udawać, że jest Signorą na przykład, czy coś, nie? Ale
Let's
jeżeli
go
faktycznie
see what's
umarła,
secret,
to
shall we?
z jednej strony spoko, bo no za Ventiego, ale z drugiej... O, jest grane. To jest Raiden czy Ei to jest?
There will always be those who dare to brave the lightning's glow.
O! Kazu ma dwie wizje teraz? O, już nie ma. Miał na chwilę. Jak przebudził. Kolega Kazuchy jest martwy. kolega. No. O, jest Ei. Przyszła.
So we meet again. Indulge my curiosity. What is the reason that I find you standing here before me once again?
O matko, Arena Gamer, cześć, dziękuję za rajda. I witam bardzo serdecznie. Ale że co tu się odwaliło? Jezu, Co? Here we go again. How are you, Ei? A że ona Ei ma na imię. Czemu tutaj ma na imię Ei? No, Nishimiya, bo ona tak naprawdę ma na imię Ei. Zaraz się jeszcze więcej dowiemy. A ile to będzie trwało? Bo ja mam tak trochę, no, mało czasu.
Do you hope your foolhardiness will shelter those people? Or was it simply a means of seeking an audience with me? Oh? Surely you didn't rouse me from my state of eternal meditation only to tell me this.
Walka i epilog.
If so, then you underestimate me. I am quite well informed about the Vision Hunt decree. Not so. Only everything that pertains to eternity. The Vision Hunt decree has my tacit approval. The Fatui's actions thus far do not constitute a threat to eternity. Otherwise, they would have been purged long ago. Individual ambition is inherently incompatible with eternity. What you might not realize is that all too often, people have far more to lose by chasing their dreams. Consider this. No one will lose their life on account of having their vision taken away.
Ale patrzcie, jednak z drugiej strony te wszystkie pogłoski, to, że Raiden Shogun nie jest prawdziwą Raiden, to się sprawdziło, tylko że trochę źle wylądowałam, bo ja myślałam, że Yae Miko jest no, bardziej Archonem, a tutaj wyszło kompletnie jeszcze coś innego, ale trop był dobry.
Rather, those who have lost their lives are the ones who insisted on pursuing their own aspirations, are they not?
No Tepej, ale Tepej chciał być po prostu silny, chciał dorównać nam, chciał też się do czegoś przydać, no to jest logiczne, że sięgnął po, no, takie inne środki. Czy wszystkiego nie wiesz, okej.
Traveler, your existence is unique.
Ale i
in
tak
my
po
eyes.
części się zgadza to, o czym już mówiłam. Więc...
There seems to be limitless uncertainty in you. To put it another way, you are the furthest thing from eternity. So, I won't insist that you comprehend the meaning of my actions.
Oho, chyba spoiler
What
poszedł.
matters is
Mówiłam,
that
że za
I tread
spoilery
the path
będą
of
wykluczenia.
eternity on my people's behalf.
Żegnaj pierwszego spoilerowca. Okej, uniknęłam spoilera, dziękuję Shaya. Tytuły się czyta. Także no, na 24 godziny masz ten, no nie możesz pisać na czacie, przykro mi.
That's right. Huh. I'm surprised you understand it so well. Anyway, you're looking for a chance to shake my will, aren't you?
Czemu wcześniej mówiła, a teraz nie mówi? Czemu nie mogą dać dialogu w tej postaci? Ja tylko nie czaję.
So be it. Well then, you who would defy eternity, time for you to enlighten me.
Kurde.
Excessive
No dobra.
yearning leads to inevitable
Here we go
destruction.
again.
Clouds high. The birds come.
Everybody stand back!
Order guide you.
Inferior.
Solidify.
Crush! Flood of frost! Shudder! Huh?
Gather.
Evasion
Beg
is
for mercy.
Lightning falls on the land of eternity.
A, przydał się trening z Yae. Haha.
Solidify.
The wind knows me.
This ends now.
Rack and ruin.
Evasion is futile.
Solidify.
Shudder.
Inferior.
More speed. Let's light it up.
Dead.
One with nature.
This ends now.
Wind and cloud.
Instabilities will be removed.
O nie. Nie! Stało się to znowu.
Evasion is futile. Strike dead.
The odds are against us. Good grief.
Słabo to widzę, szczerze mówiąc.
My comeuppance.
O, okej. Nie trzeba było do końca. Seba!
Dear me, aren't you cutting it rather close?
Miko, this was your doing?
Now. Don't forget who taught you how to place your consciousness in objects. Surely you don't think your ambition alone is enough to shake Ei's will, do you? Though you alone are here, they too have ambitions, which they long since entrusted to you. Now then, close your eyes.
We can abolish the Vision Hunt Decree.
Co? Znowu? Znowu ty? Matko boska, dostałam jakieś super power moce.
This is order.
Power of friendship.
Decided.
Gather.
All will be settled.
The birds call.
This world, a fleeting shadow.
Jesus Christ.
Crush.
Your verdict is decided.
Everybody stand back.
This
Solidify.
world,
Order
a
guide
fleeting
you.
shadow.
More
All
speed. Beg for
desire
mercy.
be broken.
Freeze to the core. As one with wind and cloud. One with nature.
To było.
Shudder. Eye for an eye.
All will be settled.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
I will have order. Gather.
More speed. Fallen leaves, adorn my night. The wind knows me.
You've lost, eh?
Yes, I have.
Why can you not trust your people and in the power of their ambitions? These ambitions have transcended space and time. They are something that no one can snuff out. Is this the lesson you learned from your journey in Liyue?
Maybe.
There are nations where humans cast their god aside and stride forward.
So are we to just abandon the notion of progress for the sake of wishful thinking?
You and I have both witnessed the great loss that progress can bring. Eternity. Eternity is the only way. When lightning flashes, it casts a shadow. My name means shadow. With my blade, I purged all obstacles to progress.
O, Robashi.
And yet, something was lost with each step forward. In the end, I even lost her. The tales are still retold in the shade of every thunder sakura. But the wounds left on our nation by that terrible loss still ache. Never stop searching, even if only for a brief flash of light. If nothing else, we have the present moment. She said that once. But I've seen a nation stride forward and lose everything to the heavenly principles. Perhaps only if time stands still will the lightning's glow never fade. The present moment is a fragile illusion. Only eternity can bring us closer to the heavenly principles. I am no longer the shadow. Mine is the most supreme and noble form. Let power over the realm be vested within me. In this form shall I honor my subjects' dream, for a land of eternity, unchanging forevermore.
The heavenly principles. Irrelevant nonsense as far as I'm concerned. When all's said and done, all you really want is to protect your beloved Inazuma forever and ever. Isn't that right?
That would be something of an oversimplification.
But is this nation worth existing for eternity? Stripped of ambitions, stripped of the potential for change. It does nothing more than simply exist. It is a hollow shell of a nation. I wonder what loss would it really be to anyone if such a nation were destroyed?
Miko, retract your words. Never changing eternity is the promise I made to my people.
But what your people need from you is not your promises. They want your attention. Your divine gaze.
You mean visions? Humans have a lifespan of barely 100 years. They cannot afford to bear any extra losses. But I have experienced it all. That is why I have chosen to guide them along the correct path toward eternity.
But eternity is far too cruel a fate for you, Ei.
For me?
Not only have you stopped paying attention to the world, but you have stopped paying attention to yourself. It must have been terribly lonely here, all alone, for centuries on end.
But it is necessary.
You will miss much by refusing progress. You seek to prevent loss, but have you considered all you are losing by remaining here in stasis for all eternity? You are obviously lonely, and yet for the sake of eternity you choose to stretch your loneliness out to infinity. Tell me this. Why is the sky here that was once so dark glowing again? Why now? This is your plane of euthymia. It's your inner world. So it can only mean that you are happy to see me again. You have found the loneliness here unbearable for a long time now, haven't you?
I have nothing to say to that.
But I have so much to say to you. Let me tell you all that has happened over the last few centuries.
How long will that take?
As a Fox envoy, I have an excellent memory. I recall every detail of the last few centuries with perfect clarity. So it will probably take me another few centuries to relay it to you.
Miko. I never thought I would have the chance to meet with you like this again. Seeing you again is a change to eternity. And a very nice surprise.
Since you are willing to admit that, I suppose that means we can still be friends?
What a childish conversation this is. Anyway, now that I have been defeated by you and your plan, I will honor your wish to abolish the Vision Hunt Decree. But
Graliśmy.
with regards to eternity and the question of whether this nation should move forward, I need time to give it some thought.
You are the one who's been acting like a child from the very beginning. As promised, the Raiden Shogun abolished the Vision Hunt Decree. Finally, her people's wishes penetrated her locked heart. Beyond the plane of euthymia, she saw what eternity means in the eyes of the world. When one's fervent ambition burns brightly, the gods will cast their gaze upon you. Some ambitions have the power to heal wounds, to bring victory, to inspire hope. But some ambitions
A, czyli jednak to było miejsce
outlive their
tego.
masters. Long after
przyjaciela.
the soul ascends,
Czyli dobrze ktoś wtedy zgadł, no.
they remain as they were in the beginning. Burning bright and true for all eternity.
So what did you guys do in the Raiden Shogun's plane of euthymia? Is the Vision Hunt Decree abolished? Oh, gotcha. So maybe the...
A miał zginąć. To dobrze, że nie zginął, no. Przynajmniej nie on.
Why, hello. If it isn't the triumphant traveler. And why might you be visiting?
You literally told us to come meet you!
I was just...
Seems like someone's in it.
Mm-hmm. Catching up with an old friend I hadn't seen. By the way, I heard that you had a duel before the throne. With a Fatui Harbinger, no less. Courageous and astute. I must say, defeating Signorą head-on in a duel means that your strength exceeds my expectations. Still, you did end up victorious. I gather congratulations are in order.
Sure feels good to finally... They caused plenty of trouble along the way, but at the very least, they didn't get their hands on another Gnosis.
Wait a second. Did you say Gnosis? As in, the little thing that looks something like a chess piece?
Yep, that's the one. You've seen one too? Gnosis belong to the Seven. They're what keep them connected to Celestia.
Oh.
What's wrong?
To o!
I handed that over.
Ja, co?
You did what now?
Well, how else was I supposed to save your skin from the balladeer exactly?
Ale... Dlaczego Yae Miko miała Gnosis? Ale Yae Miko miała Gnosis. Nie ej, Yae Miko miała Gnosis. Yae Miko miała Gnosis.
The balladeer is number 6 of the Fatui Harbingers. In terms of strength, he is superior to Signorą. I'm not the kind of person who risks life and limb for any old reason.
You did... for once
After Ei created her puppet vessel, she no longer had anywhere to put it. As her erstwhile closest friend, Ei handed it over to me, and I've kept it in the Grand Narukami Shrine ever since. She no longer needs the power of the Gnosis, and in any case, she tells me she has severed ties with Celestia. Thus, the Gnosis became not only useless, but also a potential source of conflict. Is that not a good bargain, exchanging it for the one at the core of the plan? Judging by the results, at least, I dare say I struck a good deal.
When you put it like that, Paimon has to agree. The Traveler is worth more than a Gnosis. Well, what's done is done. And I hardly think we'll be getting it back now. So anyway, you still haven't told us. Really?
You intend to travel all over as a mark of my gratitude. What would you like to know about? Sorry, I haven't a clue. But if you still... Not only does she not fit your description, but she voluntarily gave up her Gnosis long ago, severing her ties with Celestia in the process.
Znaczy, no sama powiedziała Harashiken, że w sumie Gnosis stał się bezużyteczny i był tylko powodem do konfliktu.
That's good to hear. Otherwise, given that I'm her familiar...
Don't worry, we aren't looking to pick a fight with you.
I wish you... As for your brother's whereabouts, I will use all the resources at my disposal to investigate it, and I will also borrow some of Ayato's people from the Shiumatsuban. I'll let you know if I find out anything. Consider it part of my means of thanking you. That puppet was built with technology that has been lost to time. Perhaps she, as a god, is the only one privy to the knowledge of its origins. Still, there is one other thing on this topic that I suspect. Before Ei began modifying her own godly form, she took it upon herself to create a prototype puppet.
So, you mean there are 3 Raiden Shoguns?
No. The prototype was merely a proof of concept. Its appearance and intellect were not based on Ei. The original plan was for Ei to simply discard it. But perhaps Ei thought this to be too cruel, because in the end she chose only to seal the power within it. Later, this puppet wandered Inazuma as an ordinary human male with his own consciousness, until the Fatui took an interest in him.
Ugh! Not the Fatui!
Some eccentric geniuses in the ranks of the Fatui made adjustments to the prototype, not only unsealing his power, but very likely rendering him even more formidable than his original specifications. The object of divine creation is now the one who has taken possession of the Gnosis, and the prototype puppet is now known as the Balladeer.
Co? Co? Karabusz jest kiełką, prototypem, tworzoną przez Ei, natchniętą jej mocą, ulepszoną przez Fatui. Dziękuję. Miłego wieczoru. To był zajebisty odcinek. O mój Boże, co?
It is, isn't it? Who can say whether it's coincidence or destiny?
Lak
I'm
mózgu.
surprised an outlander like you is aware that there was once a change of Electro Archon. Few citizens of Inazuma are aware of this.
Morat's told us. He said that the Electro Archon Baal has passed away.
Yes. The truth of the matter is that there were 2 twin gods, Baal and Beelzebul.
I było 2 archonów.
Twin gods?
They won the Archon War together, and when Baal established the shogunate, Beelzebul became her Kagemusha, or shadow warrior. In other words, she acted as Baal's body double. Beelzebul is Ei, with whom we are now both acquainted. Baal's name was Makoto.
Dajcie! W końcu jest Archona.
As far as the world was aware, there were not two, but one. They complemented each other, and they ruled Inazuma jointly, so there was no need for the public to know the truth. In fact, the name Baal and the title of Raiden Shogun was understood to refer to both of them, right up until...
Until what?
Makoto died several hundred years ago in a war that I was not personally involved in. Since then, Ei has assumed the shogunate.
Makoto died several hundred years ago, więc możliwe, że Makoto... Baal... Zginęła, bo nie wiem, czy to była kobieta, czy mężczyzna, podczas akcji w Khaenri'ah. Kilkaset lat temu. Więc równie dobrze mogło to być 500 lat temu.
Losing her sister must have been
A,
super
siostra,
hard
dobra.
on Ei.
Okay. A, to stąd taka scenka tam. Khaenri'ah.
That was when Ei began to change. Makoto was her greatest loss.
Mówiłam, że cała akcja Baal jest spowodowana akcją w Khaenri'ah. Mówiłam!
Paimon feels like she understands Ei a lot better now after finding that out. So what kind of god was Makoto?
I didn't spend a great deal of time with her, but my impression was she was a gentle god, who in each moment cherished the beauty of what was before her.
Wow.
After leaving Inazuma, I think it would be easiest for you to go to Sumeru.
Tak, idziemy do Sumeru za 11 miesięcy! Yeah!
Ooh, Sumeru! We've run into loads of scholars from there on our...
Yes, well, Sumeru is the land of the god of wisdom, where the quest for wisdom and knowledge is never ending. But their obsession gives rise to some truly inexplicable things. For example, in Sumeru, knowledge is holistically managed as a resource.
Knowledge is a resource?
Yes. I don't know whether it was the sage.
Lesser Lord Kusanali?
Oh, you haven't heard. Lesser Lord Kusanali is the deity in whom the people of Sumeru place their faith. It's their chosen term of endearment for her. I'm sure you must have some things to discuss with her too.
I
I wish
Archon
you all the best.
Sumeru to jest kobieta kolejna, okej. Okay, I don't have more
Are you
questions.
sure? Okay then. Oh, traveler. Do you still have the omamori I gave you? Keep it safe. There was...
Who in their right mind would...
I see. But your ambition should be something that transcends the world below and the starry sky above. Something that shines. Perhaps the reason you do not possess
Nie,
a
nie, nie,
vision
pani
is that
Ackerman.
such an ambition has yet to be engendered within you.
Ona się,
It's a
ona się
possibility.
zamknęła z własnego, tak jakby,
Continue
własnej
on your
decyzji.
journey.